ass video with this setup? I think it is. I'm like high key excited. Can I contain my excitement? No. Yeah, so we'll be moving next week, the week that this video goes out. So the following week, though, I'll be in an empty space. But this move has been an emotional roller coaster, to say the least. Like, come on. It's been a lot, and so I've been thinking a lot about taking care of myself, loving myself, and grounding myself in this chaos, because that's what I experienced. Just to give you a mini update, my mom is back from the hospital. We're all moving soon. Everything's good. Nobody has COVID. So yeah. Hi. I was so excited that I forgot to say hello to all of you all. Like I said, happy Monday. My name is Bria. I am a life coach for moms and recovering people pleasers, and I just help them prioritize themselves. And so what I do here is I share my story in hopes to encourage you to continue on yours, and share some tools and resources that have helped me on my journal. I did journal this morning, on my journey to make your life easier to navigate. The whole point of what I do is to help you tap into your power, help you to realize that you yourself are an inspiration just by being you, so there's no need to be something that you're not, because you are enough. I don't know what my hair is going to do, so just bear with me throughout this video, and if you're listening on the podcast, you can go and watch this on my YouTube channel if you want to connect and interact with me, my facial expressions. But yeah. Okay, cool. It's nice to meet you. If you're new here, I would love it if you consider to subscribe and stick around. And if you like this video, give it a nice thumbs up. And like always, if you feel inspired to share this with someone, share it with them, because we got to keep the chain reaction of inspiration going. But today, I really just want to talk about something I wrote in my journal, this morning, and then a little bit about my grounding and meditation practices, because I would say that I don't meditate like the traditional person, or your first thought of what you think meditation is not what I do. I'll just preface that by saying I don't do well with stillness meditations. I love to move my body. But while my journal is out, I wanted to share this kind of acronym. Is it an acronym? Kind of. So I was journaling about love, and I've been feeling intense love in my body and in my womb space during the last week, and it's just been like, the only thing I can explain it as is this motion, like a warm, like a radiating energy of love coming from my body and from my womb space, sending that love to other people and also sending that love to myself. And so during my journaling session this morning, I was talking a lot about love, and this acronym came to me for love. Is it an acronym? We're just gonna go with it. An acronym for love. And I put listening, openness, vulnerability, and equity. And I was writing about how you need these things to experience love in its optimal state, because we experience love on a daily basis, but are we aware of how we are loving and how we're receiving love? So if we're listening and we're open and we're vulnerable and being fair in the way that we love and receive love, I don't know, that just came to me. I might dive a little bit deeper into that in another podcast episode, but I just thought it was interesting that the word equity came up. And so just being fair in the way that we love. Yeah, yeah, being fair in the way that we love. I feel like I have a bad tendency to love bomb people, and I don't mean this in like a weird way. It's because I get an overflowing love and appreciation in my body for that person, and I just feel like I have to give it to you all right then. And so I'll go on this kind of rampage of, oh my gosh, I appreciate you so much, I love you so much, like I'm so grateful that you're in my life, like I never take you for granted. And I don't know if other people perceive that as love bombing, but I definitely share what I'm feeling in my body and what I'm feeling with the people that I'm feeling it with. And this is the kind of full circle moment, because I realized that this whole period of the summer and the chaos that has been my life for the past few months has been all about giving that to myself. Love bombing myself in a sense. And I don't know if love bomb is the right word, but that's what's coming up for me. And the whole time I was writing about this new perspective of looking at love through listening, being open and vulnerable, and having equity in love, I was like, Bria, are you listening to yourself? Bria, are you listening to yourself? Are you being open with yourself? Are you being open and vulnerable with the different parts of you? Are you being fair in the way that you love yourself and you're giving and receiving love? And this all just happened right now as I was journaling, and I was like, damn, my brain, my higher self, my consciousness, whatever you want to call this thinking mechanism that we have, I was like, girl, you stay blowing my mind. And I would say yes. I would say yes, that I allow myself to be open, vulnerable, and I'm definitely open and vulnerable with myself. But I feel personally I struggle with listening and being fair to myself. I'm way too hard on myself. I'll be the first person to say that. And two, like I have a really bad habit of underestimating myself. And so I do my best to go back and witness myself, whether that's watching these videos back months later, or rereading a blog post, or I don't want to say it's like experiencing yourself. You're literally witnessing yourself, because when you're actually in the act of creating something, you're present with it. You're present in the way that you're creating. And whether you're editing, writing, painting, whatever that is, you're present in that act of creating. And it's good to take a step back when you're creating to like get the big picture, but do you ever revisit it? That's the word I was looking for. So I have a hard time going back and revisiting what I write in my journal, because like I was very open and vulnerable there. And to re-experience myself in that open and vulnerable state is, I don't know how I feel about it. I'm still discovering why I have a little bit of resistance around experiencing myself in my journal. And I don't know if you guys can relate to that, but I know that it's so rewarding to go back and experience what I've created. So I know that there will be some value and some solace that I'll find in re-experiencing my journal. But I personally love, I recently started making music. I don't know if y'all all check that out, but I wrote a song this week, like, and I was in a funk. Like I said, this week, this month, the past, just summer in general has been a very chaotic and when I say chaotic, I mean there was something new that happened about every week, every day, every month. Something new was being presented to me, and I was just like, whoa, this is a lot. But it was a very highly emotional time, and so I wrote this song this week, and I was scared, y'all. I was scared to go back and listen to it. I was scared, and I don't know, everything in my body was like, go and listen to that song. And I was able to console myself through what I created in this song, because I literally created it this week. I listened to it this week. But I was like, my openness and vulnerability that I put into that song, because I did not hold back. Like, I literally let myself just feel and leave it all on track number 1 of this little EP that I'm creating. And I was like, oh my gosh, she gets me. And I was like, of course she gets you, Bria. She is you. You wrote this. And I was like, oh, okay. So it's like, if you don't feel understood, if you don't feel like you're being seen or heard in the way that you want to be seen or heard by other people, you have to take a step back and see and hear yourself the way that you want people to experience you. Are you experiencing yourself? And so, yeah, that's kind of how I was feeling about this whole concept of loving yourself in this kind of acronym that I was thinking about. And I realized I need to go back and listen to my past self and my inner child, because I'm really good at holding space for my higher and future self. But it's time for me to listen to the versions of me that came before before this form of me that's standing right here. My hair is doing a weird thing. But yeah, like I don't know any other way else to explain it rather than I have fear of, and it's because I judge myself harshly. I have fear around being like, oh my gosh, did I make the right decision? Did I do this right? Oh my gosh, like, but if I don't do it, nobody else will. Nobody else will, and no one else will fully understand what I was trying to present in that moment, or the energy, or the things that happened right before I created that piece of content or whatnot. And so it's like, for me to get the whole picture, for me to re-experience myself, it takes me being open to listening to my past self. And I don't know if that resonates with you. Please let me know in the comments if that helped something click for you. But yeah, that was on my heart to share this morning. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share. To kind of segue into what I really had planned for this Monday morning chat was to talk about my meditation practices. And like I said before, I am not one for stillness meditations, and I have a lot of resistance to stillness just because I can be a busybody. It took me a while to really accept that rest is productive, and it is productive, and sometimes you need a deep cleansing breath to just sit with yourself and sink into your body and release the expectations and release the control, because that's not how you can live a fluid life. And so I did this meditation, I think it was yesterday actually, and I recorded myself doing the meditation, and I wanted to share it with you all. So I will put a card and leave the link to that meditation in the description if you want to check that out, because I was feeling very resistant to releasing control. And yeah, I kind of guide you through processing why you have an attachment to expectations and control. So yeah, I did a stillness meditation yesterday, but I also, oh my gosh, Bria, you did lots of meditations yesterday. I also did a huge movement meditation as well yesterday. I couldn't sleep. I could not sleep last night, and so I got up, did a little stretchy stretch, and I started dancing. I put on some good music. I also took my hair out last night, which is why this is here. But I just moved my body and danced and allowed my body to lead me. And I was dancing literally with my shadow. As you see, these windows are open, and so at night, people who leave their porch lights on, the light comes through, and so it was just like, oh my gosh, I see my shadow. She is with me. She is me. Your shadow self is literally your past, the past versions of you and your inner child. And so, and your shadow self can also be fear of the unknown, which is the fear of like who you're meant to be. Excuse me, let me take a sip of water. That is kind of the meditations that I went through yesterday. And so, like I said, I'll leave the link to the stillness meditation I did about releasing expectation and control in the description. And if you want to do a movement meditation-ish, I host Embody events. They're community events. They are all about somatic movement and tapping into the energy in your body and expanding your aura and allowing yourself to find the answers in you by filling the room with your energy so that you can sit and receive all the beautiful goodness, answers, feeling warm and fuzzy stuff that is inside you. So yeah, if you want to check out any upcoming community events, you can go to The Village. The link will be down below, The Village community. Yeah. And also get in the Discord because that's where we chat it up. But yeah, get connected. Whew. I need to take a clearing breath for a second because I'm feeling a little flustered. I want to share how I meditate and the way that I think about meditation. I also, before I forget, want to share this book with you all. I love the Vietnamese monk Thich Nhat Hanh, and if you have gone through my Live Life in the Present mini course, you will know that I referenced Thich Nhat Hanh in that, and I really hope I'm saying his name right, but I love this book, and I was reading this book, and it talks all about mindfulness, meditation, and transforming your suffering into happiness. And so I've always had this perspective of doing active meditations and living meditations where it's all about being mindful and intentional about the way that you do everything. Like mindful eating, how does this feel in my mouth? Like, is it warm? How does it smell? Like literally being intentional about each swallow and feeling it like go down my esophagus and the lower esophageal sphincter opening up and it going into my stomach. Like I just really am like, this is nourishing my body, and like that's kind of how I go through things. In the same way for any activity that I'm doing, washing dishes, taking a shower. I love taking meditative showers, and I only use the word meditative because I'm being super intentional. It's not like, okay, just a quick, get in, get out. Like I'm like them wiping off all my worries and letting the steam open me up and release everything that is no longer serving me. And I love to do a cold rinse at the end to lock up my pores and let everything that has been released no longer have access to my body. And like that's the way that I think about meditation, and that's my preferred way to meditate. I don't like to sit and do this in meditation. Yes, there's a time and a place for that type of meditation, but I prefer to live intentionally and be a living, breathing, like my life is a living, breathing meditation. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. And so I would offer you, the next time you try to wash the dishes or do something that's almost a little mundane, to really be mindful of the action that you're doing. If you're washing the dishes, how does the water feel? How does the soap feel? How does the sponge feel in your hand? If you're using a rag, how does the rag feel? What dish are you cleaning? How does this glass or porcelain or plastic, whatever you're cleaning, how does that feel? And so like taking it to that step and just getting lost and being present, because that's what I see meditation as, being present in that moment. And so yeah, I just wanted to share that with you all this Monday morning. And I'm looking at my notes now that I wrote yesterday after I did my stillness meditation when this all came to me. But I had I'm getting excited. Like I said, I've been feeling a lot about feeling a lot of love in my body recently, and I think it was probably a few nights ago. It was when my mom was in the hospital, and it was a very emotional night. It was a very emotional night, a very emotional night. Oh my gosh, so excited, so much energy moving in my body right now. And I just had this feeling of like, I am love, and because I am love, I give love, and with every breath I inhale, I inspire. People inspire me, like literally, to keep breathing. And so I was just like, with each inhale, I was like, I am love, and then I would blow it out and be like, I give love. And so I was just giving love and healing to all of my friends and who are going through and um, navigating some dis-ease in their body. And I said dis-ease because there's just something a little bit off, and I was just breathing healing for all of them. I have a few people in my life who are going through some major health issues right now, and I just wanted to breathe love and healing into them, and that's what I did that night. And it was very emotional. There were lots of tears, but I just breathed healing, and I allowed myself to release. And that kind of goes back to allowing myself to be vulnerable and open with my emotions and allowing myself to feel it, because I could have pushed it down and bottled it in, but I didn't feel like that would be supportive. And that's the question I love to ask myself. What would feel supportive right now? If I did this thing, would it improve my quality of life? And having those questions in my mind when I navigate things in my life have helped me to release and to receive with love and compassion and grace towards myself and towards others. But yeah, like I would love to hear your thoughts, and if you're going through anything in your life, or you have people who are going through some healing, physical healing of the body, I'm sending you so much love, so much light and patience, because that's what I've struggled with the past week. I was like, we need to get this thing moving. My mama need to be home. And I'm just like, healing takes time, and being gentle and kind to the body, because the body is always on our side. The body is always on your side. And so just allowing yourself to give your body the time and the space that it needs, and not to rush your healing, because you literally cannot. You can't. And if I could play a song for you, I would right now, because that's the type of person I am. But yeah, copyrights. So I can't play that song, but I will link a song down below for you all if you're going through a big transition in your life, and if you're grieving, or if you're just navigating people who are going through those things. I want to give support where I can, so please check out that song. Allow yourself to let out a good cry, because when you release, you create more space to experience new things, new emotions, whatever might be more supportive for you. And so when you release, you have that space to allow that to come into your life. But I am going to stop the video here. I got some packing to do, because as you can see, this setup is still very much the same. Like, I am not moving, but I am moving. And I just want to start taking things down, putting my plans where they need to go. And so, yeah, that's what's on my docket for the week. That is what's happening. And when I see you next Monday, yo, I'm so ready for the fall season. I'm so ready. This is my favorite time of the year. My born day is coming up, and I'm just excited. But just want to let you all know that I love you. I appreciate you. I'm here for you. And if you want to book a sales call for one-on-one coaching with me, the link is always down below. If you want to talk more and you need some more support in navigating these transitions in your life, or just, you know, we're all evolving. We're constantly growing and changing. And so if you just need a little extra support and want to be held, seen in your transition, I'm here for you. You can book a sales call with me. But yeah, I love y'all so much. And I can't wait to see y'all all in the Discord. And if you're not on the email list, that's the place to be, because I send out weekly updates on there and links to get into the Discord and just reminders about what things are going on with Doulas Bloom and everything that's going on here in my company and on this channel. And so yeah, I'm just excited. Like, this is a new season, this is a new chapter that I'm stepping into, that we're all stepping into. Like, you're stepping into a new chapter as well. And so I'm trying to allow myself to feel it all and to not defer my happiness, because I have a bad habit of doing that, where I'm like, I'll be excited when it's actually happening. But all the little things that lead up to the actual event of moving in my situation, it is happening. I can be excited. We're approved. Now we do the deposit and we do all these things. Like, I can be excited at every stage and celebrate all the little wins, okay? Just want to leave y'all with that. But I love you, and just remember, you are enough. Being you is exactly who you need to be, and you're an inspiration. You give people a reason to breathe. You give your family, your friends, your community a reason to continue to keep going. You inspire them. You give them a reason to breathe. And it just gives so much love. So, yeah. I love y'all. And I'm gonna go. I'm gonna stop rambling. I have the hardest time ending conversations, because I would just sit here and talk to y'all forever. I really would. But I'm gonna go and just have a beautiful week, y'all. Have a beautiful week. And if you need any support or have any questions, I'm here for you. Shoot me a DM on Instagram, hit me up in the Discord, shoot a comment down below, wherever. I'll meet you where you are, okay? Okay. I love y'all. See y'all in the next video. Bye.
You are powerful. You are powerful. You have always been powerful.